Is Portugal's World Cup hopes going downhill by any fallouts? Cristiano Ronaldo and Bruno Fernandes have both worn the captain's armband for Manchester United this season, but treated the honor very differently. Ronaldo responded to being skipper at Aston Villa by saying in an interview he felt betrayed by the club. Fernandes has been a leading light in the Erik ten Hag revolution and has regularly stood in for Harry Maguire as team captain. At their first meeting in the build-up for Qatar, the two had a rather frosty exchange in the Portuguese dressing room. Fernandes could hardly bring himself to shake the hand of 37-year-old Ronaldo, possibly feeling betrayed himself by the latest public revelations. The pair have always had a complex relationship. Bruno was the king of Sporting Lisbon, but often found himself overshadowed by Ronaldo's superstar presence with the national team. It's a problem for Portugal's experienced manager Fernando Santos, who would ordinarily see Bruno's creativity with Ronaldo's mastery up front as their best route to becoming world champions. In a tough group featuring Uruguay, South Korea, and Ghana, Portugal needs to start well in the opening fixture against the Africans on November 24th. There is a worry inside the camp that Ronaldo's interview could derail their chances. Cristiano Ronaldo and Joao Cancelo were also involved in an awkward altercation during a Portugal training session as they begin preparations for the 2022 World Cup. The Manchester United star appeared to be playing peacemaker when Manchester City fullback Cancelo looked frustrated and set to explode at their last training session. The 37-year-old made his way to Cancelo in a bid to defuse the situation by placing his hand behind the defender's head rather tightly. It didn't seem to work as Ronaldo perhaps would have liked, as the 28-year-old shook his head forward a few times in anger before eventually putting his arms around him. The pair then both went their own separate ways, to return to training with Ronaldo smiling as he walked away from the awkward altercation. At the last World Cup in Russia, Ronaldo was arguably the world's best player, and Fernandes a rookie from Sporting Lisbon. Now Ronaldo remains a legend, but wouldn't make any current World 11. Fernandes is 28 and sees himself as a team leader for a club and country. Though the 2019 Nations League triumph represents their greatest shared moment in a Portugal shirt, even then it was noticeable that Bernardo Silva, rather than Bruno, had a telepathic understanding with Ronaldo, who scored a brilliant hat-trick in the semi-final win against Switzerland. When Euro 2020 began, Ronaldo didn't look fully fit, as he'd also struggled in Russia, reaching out of steam after a brilliant treble in the opening game against Spain. It's often overlooked that Ronaldo arrived on the national team as something of an outsider. He grew up in Madeira, which is closer to mainland Africa than the Portuguese mainland. Even Fernandes had noted, Portuguese people cannot understand what people from Madeira say. Cristiano will say that to me, and Diogo Dalot speak in a different way. Ronaldo's genius eventually made him indispensable over time. He single-handedly took Portugal to the final of Euro 2016. When he was injured early on against France, he was as active as a touchline as his manager as Portugal won their first major trophy. But now, Portugal have a new generation of top players including Bruno, Bernardo, Joao Felix, and Paris Saint-Germain trio Danilo, Nuno Mendes, and Vitinha. There is debate about whether the game plan should be based exclusively around Ronaldo. The same argument that had been at Old Trafford. Bruno has said about his on-pitch relationship with Ronaldo, "Good players can always play well together. To play as a number 10 with Cristiano in the national team is really good because players respect him so much. It creates space. The opponents are afraid of him taking the ball and scoring." Yet the body language would suggest friction. Bruno's own performances with Cristiano suggest he is affected by the giant ego. Having had a brilliant penalty record for United, Bruno missed his first spot kick after Ronaldo had arrived, blasting the ball over against Aston Villa. aware many wanted the 5-time Ballon d'Or winner to take it. What do you think? Will the club issues impact their World Club? Comment down in the section below. Like and subscribe to our channel, All Sports and Entertainment.